A very good afternoon to all of you. It's a sultry weather. I'm Dr. Hari. I believe we have been, a lot of ophthalmologists have been talking to me over mobile WhatsApp messages and calls till now. So today we are having one of the first sessions till now on practically on health insurance in AIOS. So here we have our esteemed guests from different insurance companies. Firstly, I would like to call upon Mr. Jindal. Anuj sir, if you can just come and occupy this chair on top. So, sir is he's the head of hospital networking in MediAssist. So anything related to MediAssist, he is the person whom I fall back to. And along with him, we have our representative from Star Health, Dr. Aziz. Okay. So next I'll call upon Ms. Jayalakshmi from United India. Hasit ma'am. So she is the South in Kerala zone in charge for all the matters related to the PSU insurance companies, especially United India. And she'll be the person to tell you more about GIPSA and related things. So next I would like to call Dr. Ajant. Sir. Sir has specially come from Hyderabad to address this audience in terms of ICICI Lombard. So he's the in charge of ICICI Lombard. We got more guests with us, but the only paucity is the number of chairs and the space on the podium. So when this program was slated, I was not aware that this is a hall of this seating. So anyway, so without much ado, I like Mr. Jindal would like to speak to all of you in terms of what the vision of MediAssist is, and he'll take it on from here. So you can come. Let us see you, sir.
Who all have not had lunch yet? Because they are my audience. Everyone else will sleep. Okay, I'm generally a very loud person. I don't know if this mic will help or create problem. How much time do I have, Dr. Hari?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Okay, fantastic. Then 3 minutes. Okay, hi everyone. So I lead provider network for MediAssist. Just a little bit about the company. MediAssist is a third-party administrator, TPA, and I will use this opportunity to help people understand the difference between a TPA and insurance company. Insurance company takes the money, TPA gives the money. Okay, so our job is to process the claim and tell the insurance company, kindly make the payment to the hospitals, right?
I just have to correct. The money is given by the insurance company, not by the TPA.
It was in the lighter vein. It is not accurate, but it's in lighter vein. But yeah, we are given the opportunity to decide how much to pay to a hospital. So we are India's largest in the field of third-party administration. We manage almost 20% of health insurance payouts in the country. Every fifth claim in the country is processed by health insurance claim is processed by MediAssist. We, in terms of amounts, that tunes to about 14,000 crores last year that we paid. We have already acquired 3 other TPAs, so we are basically having a lot of appetite to buy out our competition, and that is leading to a lot of inorganic growth for the company. The recent one that we acquired is Raksha TPA, which is almost 1/10 our size. We work with practically all insurance companies, barring 1 or 2 in the private space. In the group insurance segment, right, employer-employee, where corporate employees have got insurance. Every second corporate employee in the country, if they have got insurance, they will be carrying a MediAssist card. So that's about the size of it. I'm not using the size as a method to boast about the company, but I'm using the size in a method to explain to you how we see healthcare. And when we say this thing, we're talking about almost 14,000 crore, how we think that this should be spent in the country and the future of healthcare. One more line about myself so that you understand the context of what I will speak. I'm a hospital guy. Okay, I started my career as an administrator at Manipal Hospital. Then I worked in infertility with Dr. Kamne Rao at Milan Fertility. For some time, I worked with the company called as Practo Technologies, heading the South India business for them. So hospital industry is not new to me. My journey in insurance started slightly later when I built a company which helped patients file their reimbursement claims. Last year, we were acquired by MediAssist. So that's how my journey started with MediAssist. Because I understand hospitals better, or my boss thought I know it better than the rest of the team, I was given this task of managing network for the company. Very quickly, not taking much time, there are 4 things I wanted to speak today. And I would have preferred a much larger room full of much larger audience from healthcare. So I will depend on you people to carry this message, these 4 points. Please make note of those 4 points and carry to your colleagues in the industry. The first one is I wanted to share some information, some data. So about 5 years back, health insurance industry in terms of premiums used to be a $5 billion industry. 35,000 crores roughly used to be the premium that people in this country paid to insurance companies to pay to hospitals. Today that number has doubled. It is touching about 70,000 crores. In the same time period, hospitalization industry in terms of revenues grew from about $100 billion to 120. Insurance share of your revenues has grown from 5% to 8% over this time period. And as some of you will realize that this trend is only going to grow, right? Because COVID has been the biggest advertisement of insurance. People realize that you don't have so much of money. And the kind of initiatives that all of us in the room are taking, we are trying to make insurance simpler and more people to trust and pay premiums annually to consume healthcare over a period of time. So I think as businesses, you need to be ready for more and more credit part of your income. Right? Today, patients walk in, they give you cash, your cash flows are of a very different nature. And there are hospitals all in major cities where insurance or credit sales are contributing to as high as 80, 90%. And some of you who on the business side would know that this is a trend which is only going to strengthen in the coming days. So think from that perspective when you think about your practices and your businesses. The second important point I wanted to leave with you people is that I am not a patient. As a payer in the market, I'm not a patient. I am a bulk buyer of healthcare services, right? That's why I negotiate, I contract. And what that means is we want healthcare to become cost effective. We want hospitals to think and partner with insurance companies or people like us when you're thinking about we want to expand. And today, when I go and meet various hospitals, I realize that this hospital industry right now is in a capex cycle. More and more hospitals are expanding. They're building new hospitals. They're acquiring more hospitals. There is a massive capex cycle. However, remember that in the coming years, it is payers like us who are going to be paying your revenues. And therefore, there has to be a conversation when infrastructure is being planned. Because payers don't pay for fancy stuff. Payers only like to pay for treatment, right? We want to pay for the cure, but not the fanciness of that facility. So maybe I am talking slightly earlier in the time. Maybe this statement will be a lot more relevant 5 years from now, but by the time ship would have sailed because you would have built your infrastructures that way. You have to think about all of those things today, that if insurance is 8% and one day it becomes 15% and a majority of your revenues are coming as a credit, and I am your buyer and who's not really thinking about the fanciness of your infrastructure, does it make sense to put money there? Or rather think about healthcare cost differently. The third, and it is something which is very interesting, I also learned in last year. For every patient in your hospital who has insurance, okay, they pay you, right? You get 12 extra customers who pay you. Okay, hear this thing. Every person who takes a paid service at your hospital and who has insurance, there are other 12 who paid you but did not take service at your hospital. Now you'll wonder why I'm saying that. That's because the incidence rate in the health insurance portfolio for hospitalization is 8%, right? 92 people who pay premium every year, okay, are not making any healthcare spend. They're just paying their premium. But the entirety of that premium is funding the care of the people, those 8 people out of 100 who take admission or surgery at your hospital. We never think about those 12 extra customers who paid us, right? Now, what do they want? Some of you have insurance also, right? And a regular quib in the last couple of years with patients have been, or with the customers, health insurance customers have been, my premiums are growing very fast. I am paying every year 20%, 30% extra. Now remember that health insurance industry is an extension of you, okay? We are a service provider to you. What do? We manage that pool. Your future patients are paying money to us. We are managing their pool for you. We are your extension. We are your marketing department in that sense, who's collecting money on your behalf. Now, the help that I need from you is think about those 12 people for every single insurance admission that you do. What they want? They want some clarity on how much premium they have to pay every single year. We're not thinking about that as an industry. We simply think that my cost, I pass on. As an industry, we need to arrive at ideas, and AIOC has to be a very good platform for ophthalmologists, for example, to think about it. Am I building practice for those 92 people who are paying me? And the only way they want to pay me is if I give them certainty on their annual cost. The kind of people we hire, the teams that we build, some conversation has to happen to think about those 92 people. Otherwise, our growth is not on solid ground. The last part that I wanted to discuss was from AIOC's perspective. There are 2 key areas of interest for us. One is we're expanding cashless in the country because we strongly believe that more people, more patients who are able to experience cashless. That means at the time of adversity, when they have to fund their treatment, somehow magically the money will appear and they will not need to touch their wallet. So for us, cashless is the way to grow. The higher the cashless in this country, the more and more people will think about buying insurance because it is a great scheme, and we believe that it is going to benefit healthcare industry because it will expand the market. Today, a lot of patients do not think about coming to a hospital because they think, where will the money come from? I don't have the money. But somehow, magically, if insurance makes that money available, more and more people will come and spend at healthcare facilities. It will become a lot more accessible and available to people. For that to happen, as I said, we are expanding cashless. I invite you and your friends who are looking to get empaneled with MediAssist, please reach out to our teams in your regions, or you could go to our website. There's a nice form. You fill it up and my teams are going to contact you. In the last 1 year, we've added 4,000 hospitals to our network. I'm proud to say that in our network, almost 70% of claims are cashless and only 30% are reimbursement. We have some of the best cashless utilization rates in the country. Another thing that we're doing is, and a lot of people will say, Anuj, what is the benefit of cashless? Patient have to wait for 6-8 hours to get discharged. They are coming, they're shouting at our staff. Cashless discharge experience is bad. So one of the things that we have done there is we have brought in a technology platform. It's called as Medvantage. It is a AI/ML based platform. It does predictions. Using that predictive platform, we have built a product called as Instant Cashless Discharge. We're the first one in the country which is able to discharge a cashless patient at 0 wait time. You heard it right. The time for a patient to exit for their insurance approval is 0. Yes, simply you give them the discharge summary and they're out. You know exactly how much to collect from the patient. Okay, this is a pilot technology we were testing. Last month we did about 2,000 patients discharges via this method. This year our target is that we will take it to about 50,000 discharges a month on this method. Again, I invite healthcare industry to participate in this experimentation. We need more and more hospitals to participate. If you know Dr. Hari, he has my contact. Otherwise, if you're interested, you can take down my number, reach out to me, or you can tell your teams to reach out to me. My number is 9036. I had network at MediAssist. So if you reach me, I will reach out to my closest person who can actually visit you at your hospitals. My number is 9036 00 3110. My name is Anuj, ANUJ, Jindal, JINDAL. I'm based in Bangalore. I have teams in 9 cities. But of course, we have 47 offices. We have teams across the country as well. Okay, thanks for your time. I'm done. Any questions for me? I'm happy to answer. Please.
Sorry for interrupting. If you start on questions, it is a never-ending saga.
Okay, sorry.
I think we'll open it for questions in the end.
I'm really sorry.
So I'll ask Ms. Vijayalakshmi, United India, to talk to all of us regarding their process. And then we can.
Good afternoon. It's really a pleasure to be here. And when Dr. Hari said that you need to be here on talking more on the basic process and how insurance works. So what is our role here? I'm basically from United India Insurance. I'm a regional manager heading the Kochi region. We also have all 4 PSUs with us. And as you all know, we are the largest networks in the world. And the TPAs are here because we are here. So we are the largest insurers, and we provide them, we select the TPAs, and the network is all built based on that. So we have made ourselves very strong to be there in the health sector, so that we provide both cashless as well as reimbursement for all the patients. This is number 1. Number 2, coming to TPAs, how they are this, we enter, let me go on the process. So what happens is, before selecting a TPA, we all 4 PSUs, National, New India, and United India, and Oriental Insurance. So right now I have a doctor with me, and Dr. Purnima, who is from National, and Mr. Sunil John from United India is a manager. The team, all of us sits, and we have a city committee. The city committee sits together, and we all work on the rates of the, what is the package rate. Like for example, the cataract operation can cost around 35,000 for a normal small hospital. Something it can go up to 50 or 1 lakh. So the rates are not uniform. So what, as a public sector, what do we do is, the health sector has to be to reach to everyone. It has to be affordable, and it has to be cost effective, and we also have to control claims. So as an effective measure, what do we do is, we sit across, there is a city committee, then there is a regional committee, and then finally we come to the claims committee at the HO level. So all of us decide on these factors, and we try to negotiate the rates with the hospitals. So sometimes it doesn't work effectively, but at Kerala region, what we are doing is, we have already approached many of the hospitals, and there have been some negotiations going on. So we have involved some TPAs also. Dr. Sheila is there. She has been providing us all the inputs on what is happening. This is based on the PPN thing. Coming to TPAs, you must be wondering, how are we paying claims? Because the premium is quite high, because as earlier Mr. Medias, the person, the earlier speaker was telling, the rates, the premium has gone up. Why the rates have gone up? Because if you compare 100 people, 12 must not have claimed, but the balance other 82 have claimed. There is a claim under that, and there is an exorbitant claim. So the risk has to be spread evenly. So it's not only the factor of not 12 people amounting, not getting a claim, but the rest of them getting a claim which is not under a uniform rate. So to have a uniform rate, this PPN network is working on that. Apart from that, we also have hospitals. What is our role? Like, we also empanel these hospitals into our sector, so that the hospitals are empaneled, and the TPA's role is, we sign a service level agreement with the TPAs. Not only with Mediasis, we also have Vidal, we also have HATPA, we also have MD India, and Heritage, Paramount, other TPAs, where we sign a service level agreement. What is this service level agreement says is, we enter a contract with them, and there is a TAT for settlement of claim. the TPAs are supposed to go to the hospitals, have a surprise check, look at the type of, if there is a claim, we find out what type of trigger it is. Is it a planned surgery, who have already gone for a surgery who is planned, or it is only an illness suddenly occurring and then they are hospitalized. So that kind, we do these kind of surprise inspection in hand with TPA, so that we control the claims. So this is one of the reasons why the claims have gone up, but there is a trigger which we are trying to control on that. The next point is penetration. Penetration level is, we have penetrated all the nooks and corners of the country. It's not, the private companies are also there, but still we are also there, and we also give an affordable policy with an affordable rate, and it has to reach, everyone has to be taken care of that. If there is a claim, it's a payable claim, it's a liability, and it's a payable claim, and we are there to service the client. So this is how United India works, and all the 4 PSUs works on that. Then apart from that, we also have, there was one question on the premium, why there is a rise in the premium. The rise in the premium is basically, there is an increase, there is an inflation going up, and second thing is, because after COVID, there is a lot of patients getting hospitalized, and the hospitalization rate is increased. So naturally the hospitals are also charging that, but we have entered in a PPN, as I said, that PPN thing is already entered, the uniformity is obtained in Bangalore, in Chennai, and all the major cities. Kerala is slowly catching up, and still we will be able to do much negotiation and have a level of affordable rate. Then and the TPAs were telling, suppose for example, if there is a cataract surgery, I was just explaining that the same rates are not uniform in all the hospitals, because the doctors or the hospital charges in a different way. Each hospital, the rates are quite different. So we instruct the TPAs, with the knowledge of the TPS, we tell them to go as per the policy terms and condition. Certain surgeries are there, we try to put a sublimit to it, and then we also do a capping so that the claims are controlled, and so that when the premium comes for the when the renewal comes based on their claims ratio, the loading, and if there are no claims, there are discounts are also allowed. So I think I briefly explained about the process of what an insurance company does, and it's a very simple thing, and we will have a question answer session. You can ask whatever is queries from your side.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I will like to call upon sir. Ajit sir is from Star Health, and he's an ex-United India Insurance employee also, so he can tell you on both sides of it.
Yes. Thank you, Hari, and good afternoon, everyone. Right now, after 30 years of service in United, I joined Star Health in 2018, and since 5 years I am here, now heading the Kerala zone claims. We have a team with me, Dr. Abhilash and Dr. Sandeep is also joining with me for a short presentation on Dr. Hari asked me to enlighten the crowd as to how to go for the empanelment process, hassle-free without any intermediaries. So we will walk through that another 3 minutes. So to be very short and brief, the standalone health insurance concept, the first of it was started by Star in 2006. Now 18 years, grown to the size of 13,000 crores. So as my earlier speakers told, still we have touched only a tip of an iceberg. The market is huge. The what you call it as the uncovered expenses or out-of-pocket expenses are very high in India. So this has to come down. Therefore, we are moving ahead. Now, last year, we have settled 14 lakhs claims. 90% of it is through cashless mechanism. 14,000 hospitals pan-India are networked with us. We have our own in-house TPA. An outsourced TPA, these MediAssist and all, they are independently working as a TPA, whereas Star has got its own TPA by deploying around 400 doctors with all specialists on board. And the product innovation also we are doing. Therefore, for example, to cite a simple example, Last year we introduced a woman care product which has a unique feature of in utero repair of the fetus. So when we move ahead with the health regulations of 2020, new additions or the vista of health insurance is expanding. Like mental health was earlier excluded. So IRDA said no, it is to be treated like any other illness. So now mental health is covered in insurance policies, is an advancement. Modern treatment like robotics, your intravitreal injection, etc., were earlier not covered in policy. Now, given insurance companies are given freedom to frame their own rules, so therefore Star has a policy with limitations like robotic, intravitreal and all, based on the sum insured. So therefore, the concept of high value policies, especially post-pandemic, when we pass through the claims of COVID, the requirement was to the tune of 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, ECMO, these, that. And then when you look at the policy sum insured, it is 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs, quite insufficient. Now that is expanding. We introduced 1 crore policies. We thought that there won't be much takers. There are a lot of takers for 1 crore. Now it has gone to 2 crores. Because when we visited the top hospitals in Kerala, one hospital, Maitri and Malabar, they said they have 6 licenses for organ transplant. So when we have these sort of facilities, why don't we try to, like, this crowdfunding, 16 crores we have seen in Kerala for that saving a child and all. So this is, in other words, it's a crowdfunding only. But this helps. The other crowdfunding will not help the contributor. Here it helps the contributor in nutshell. So I don't want to take you too much on this. I request Dr. Abhilash to join with me in explaining the process of empanelment. Abhilash is the head of hospital relation management in Kerala.
Thank you, sir. See, Star Health, we have a very simple procedure for empanelment. We don't need any third-party agencies or any expert to get into Star Health network. You have to go pms.starhealth.in. You have to type pms or starhealth.in, or you can type our website starhealth.in. In that, if you scroll down, you will have features of new network hospital empanelment. There you can click, directly go to pms.starhealth.in. In that, you have to give the hospital name and address and email ID and contact number. Only the simple thing, hospital name and address and email ID and contact number. In the email verification, you will get an OTP. In the OTP, you will be able to log in for the empanelment. It's that much simple. They upload few documents related to the hospital. That is the hospital registration certificate that every hospital should have, and the pharmacy license, the pollution control certificate, and the KYC details of the hospital. It's a PAN card and any ID proof regarding the KYC. And for the fund transfer, we need to have a copy of the checkbook or these details of the check we need, and the package rate and SOC you need to upload. After that, from the Star Health, we'll have a infrastructure verification. It's mostly done by online or by physical verification. If the network coverage or something, it is wrong in that hospital area, we need to get it in a physical verification of the infrastructure verification. That's all. The hospital is empaneled. It's that much simplified procedure. No need to have any third-party agencies to go for empanelment. Most of the hospital, if they feel it's very difficult to get empaneled with any insurance company, Star Health will have a very simple procedure. You can empanel with the mobile. With a simple click of mobile, you will be able to empanel a hospital. I would like to Dr. Sandeep Kudlu is heading the medical head of the Star Health Kerala zone. I'll hand over for next section. Also, I'll show you some package rate regarding the ophthalmology. You can see the package, how the package rate would be done. It's the sample only that cataract, excluding lens, cataract excluding lens, vitrectomy. Some procedures, we have a daycare and the amount we have agreed with the hospital, and mostly hospital give you a 10% discount for the not to Star Health will give you the for the patient a 10% discount. It's excluding the ANH package rates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abhilash. Good afternoon all. So today I'm going to explain some small policy conditions regarding ophthalmic procedures and all. So as you all know, we have a waiting period for some of the ophthalmic procedures like cataract and anterior and posterior chamber of the eye. So after taking the policy, we'll have to wait for 24 months to get these procedures covered. And the treatment and complication of endorsed PED. PED means pre-existing disease. For example, someone is having diabetes and he is disclosing while taking the policy. It has to be mentioned in the proposal form. And after, based on the policy condition, it can be covered. The complication like diabetic retinopathy and all, it can be covered after 12 months, 24 months, 36 and 48 months based on the policy type. And the treatment of non-disclosed pre-existing disease. The same example, you can tell that the diabetes is non-disclosed. He's having diabetic, but he's not disclosing. And he's come for a diabetic retinopathy in 4th year of policy. But what we'll do is we'll reject the claim, stating he has not disclosed the diabetes since he has admitted for diabetic complications. So what we'll do is we'll endorse the diabetes and his complication at that time. And after that, he has to wait for 48 months or 12 months to get the coverage for complication. And the next one, there is a waiting period is applicable for enhanced sum insured. That is, someone will be having a 3 lakhs policy. In 3 lakhs policy, the sublimit for cataract will be around 15,000. So next year you want to go for a cataract surgery. So suddenly he will increase the sum insured to 10 lakhs, where will be the limit will be around 75,000. So immediately after enhanced sum insured, he won't be getting that full sublimit. He will be getting the sublimit of previous policy sum insured. And next, no claim will be entertained. There is a suppression of decline risk. Suppose the patient is admitted for, most of the doctors are giving letter that now the patient is admitted for cataract. Why you are asking for the details of heart disease? This is not like that. We have some of the decline risk as per our internal guidelines, that is cancer, CVA, CAD. If all these things are pre-existing disease, we will not issue the policy to the customer. And these are some of the example of sublimits based on the sum insured and the policy type. Like you can see the 1 lakh sum insured, the sublimit will be 12,000. But the specialty of in senior citizen only we have the sublimit for the policy period. But in most of these things we have for one eye and both eye the limits are based on the sum insured. And as per the new IRDA circulated on the 2020 October, so we have started covering some of the modern treatment. In ophthalmic, we are covering the intravitreal injection. So for that also, we have a sublimit based on the sum insured. Thank you.
Thank you for very exhaustive presentation from Star. Now, see, as a hospital, as of now, we have been speaking about how it goes on the insurance side of it. Okay, so very important is that how hospital work, how in the ground level, the how working is very different from the way the insurance always works. Okay, so there is one system. I'll call upon Dr. Anil Shinde. He has been working with MediAssist earlier, then with IHX. And his strength is to automation of processes. How you can utilize various tools that we already have in order to make our systems and process very faster, easier, and smoother and error-free. So that is one of the biggest issues that we face when we deal with the insurances. That is the billing and emailing, tracking claims, and this like that. So. Dr. Anil Shinde is a dentist, otherwise belongs to Hyderabad. So he was with MediAssist, then with IHX. IHX, as all of you would be knowing already, is a fantastic platform for claim processing with automatic detection of all the documents and data.
Thank you, Dr. Ari. Okay, just one question. How many of you have cashless in their hospital? Daily to weekly or monthly, but at least each PPLS person performs 10 to 15 activities for his department. And I am here today to your simple tools like Google application, Gmail and Google Sheet to automate your insurance department activities and save time for them. So just give me some time because
even though there is a restriction between from the TPA side, if they are having a package rate of say 35 or something, if the policy itself is mentioning a higher limit, then that we'll be paying. Everything will be as per the policy terms and conditions.
So basically, you're saying that whatever is the additional cost beyond the package rate which the patient wants to opt for can be opted.
They can
Okay.
opt for that because the policy mentions that. No.
Sure.
One more question. That patient has gone for the cashless for one eye. He got sanction of 45,000. For other eye, he reimbursed himself and he got this thing of 65,000.
Yeah, that is
Now
what, sir.
he comes and fight with us that you because of your hospital we have paid only 45,000.
Not like that. For that first eye itself, if he's getting 45, the rest he'll definitely come as a reimbursement. We have that option. Like the customer has such an option. Just 45 will be given to your hospital. Rest anyway you'll be taking from the patient, no?
Okay.
So that amount the patient will be coming to us and claiming.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
In all cashless patients, I'm asking to all of this insurance people here. When we are giving the final discharge certificate along with the IOL sticker, and then you will give the final approval, and then we are supposed to discharge the patient, and then we are supposed to send all these papers through electronic method and also manually. Mark this point, also manually, and then wait for our payment. So when we have operated, we have given the final discharge certificate along with the IOL sticker. Why do I have to wait to receive the payment?
Payment wise, sir, Ajit sir. Can I have
For Star Health, actually, we don't insist for the final hard copy of the bill. Based on the soft copies, we settle, but hard copy is required for audit purpose. IRDA insists on keeping the records for 8 years. So therefore, it is mandatory till that is not decided whether electronic record keeping is sufficient or hard copy is required. That is not yet clarified by any of the forums. So therefore, for the time being, we keep both electronic and hard copy for IRDA verification or mandatory regulatory purpose. Yeah. Yes.
So,
I'll speak for Lombard. That's the same process. We don't wait or demand the physical documents for the payment to happen. So we are content with the soft copies. And right. No, you're not 60 days, sir. So whatever it is. So you're talking about the instant payment, right? So we as a company and like all the insurance companies are working towards that. So right.
How is this normal? It's very, very wrong. Absolutely wrong.
sir, this is
Where we are getting the money, it is delayed. But from where we have to pay the money, he is not ready to wait. The moment you take anything,
so this is one.
balance needs to be correct.
So this is okay.
So I would like to add. Yes, sir. Sir, I would like to add one point for that. Some agreements mention.
Can somebody switch off the light, please? I'm not able to see.
Some agreements say that if the hard copies reach within 1 week, full payment will be done. If the hard copies reach after 2 weeks, 20% will be deducted. If the hard copies reach after 4 weeks, 40% will be deducted. So this agreement.
Wait. Okay, ma'am says they don't have anything.
This is there in Bajaj. Bajaj, if we directly empanel with them, they have that.
They say if we don't receive it in 7 days, claim can be rejected. Yes. If I have the record, I cannot be rejected.
No, India has 30 insurance companies. So they are buyers of your services. Different buyers have different contracts. And you have picked up one example, but you have 10, 20, 30 empanelments. You're not talking about the other where you do not have this kind of thing. So it is a question to be asked to a specific insurance company. It is not meant for, like several of us who are in this
What
room.
is it? What is the TAT for payments?
So I can tell you one thing. We are right now doing 1,000 crore worth of cashless a month. I can tell you about my company. About 950 crores worth of payment is getting out in 30 days. Okay, and when I say 30 days, it's clean. Now, some people are getting paid in 7 days, some people are getting paid in 15 days, 20 days. It's only 50 that then crosses over to the next month. So there, depending on the IRs that we raise, documents are not complete, investigations are going on, there is probably extra excess that has been charged. There's a negotiation going on where the things can get dragged. But like I mentioned, that 950 crores is something that we pay in cashless every month within 30 days.
So if it exceeds beyond 30 days, what respite do we have as a hospital? Can we charge you an interest? According to
Policy, policy provision is there. It is written. Contract itself says, no, listen, sir. No, who says star pays? I can tell you, if you have any payment due, you send to me, I will arrange payment. So what I am talking is, contract clearly says, from receipt of last necessary document, LND, 30 days from that, if you are not making payment, 2% more than the prevailing bank rate will be paid to the provider. This is a contract. Star Health is complying this.
Thank you. You have all mentioned very, very large numbers which make no sense to me. But can you put it down in percentage, please? What percentage of the annual premium collected from the insured is actually spent in the doctors, is actually given to MediAssist as your profit, and is actually taken by the insurance company as your profit? So can you just give me a percentage, please?
So I will not be able to comment because I'm not an insurance company.
Not like that. What percentage comes to your company of all the premium? You have mentioned 90,000 crores and 13,000 crores. What percentage is your profit and what percentage is the insurance profit?
No, generally the ratio ranges from 65 to, this is ideal.
65% is paid to whom, sir?
No. You listen. 65 to 70% is the claim ratio. 30% will be the management expense, procurement expense. Generally, people make a margin of 2 to 3%. So it is not being run for charity. This is a commercial organization. Every organization is inching for making a small margin.
Thank you, sir.
And that happens. And the claim control, what we are trying to do, the leakage arising out of fraudulent practices from the hospitals, only we are saving money. I am telling you openly. 10-12% of claims are happening as fraudulent, overcharging, misrepresentation, suppression, all these things are happening. So that end only we are making corrections, and IRDA now allows, there is a provision called excluded provider, suspension of cashless, followed by excluded provider provided if there is any major deficiency with documentary proof.
Thank you,
so
sir.
Therefore, this is how things are happening.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
So 35% goes to you and 65% goes to the hospital as far as Star is concerned.
That is what
Can I
sir, MediAssist is a TPA. I'll give the figures for United, sir.
Just a second. So first of all, there are at least 4 or 5 insurance companies in India who are listed. So it's not something that I can talk about. You can actually go on the web. You can figure out who's making what money. Okay, the largest public sector insurance company in the country itself is listed, and that can form. I mean, you can use that as a guidance on whatever is happening to other insurance companies in the country. ICICI Lombard itself is also listed. So the largest private and public Star is listed. So the biggest of the biggest companies in the country are listed. So number one. Number two, when you talk about profitability, profitability is not a function of just what we pay to you. Profitability is also how insurance companies manage their fund. So there is a money that is made from investment of that. The third point is insurance is a loss-making business. Most insurance companies, if you open up the balance sheet, nobody would like to invest into them because the return on that investment is significantly low. They keep bleeding for decades altogether. Most insurance companies, both public and private in the country, are making losses. I will not, I mean, of course, sir said that there is some fraud that is happening, but I'm saying in general, which was the point that I covered, that today the cost itself is uncontrolled. Not because people are willfully doing it. I'm saying we are not willfully putting our minds together as team how do we, over a long period of time, decades altogether, manage the cost? Because there are 92 people who are paying for the consumption of 8 people, and they will play a major role in shaping healthcare of this country. Last point, from a TPA perspective, we get a fee from the insurance company. They are our customers. So our profit is not linked to not paying you.
So 2020 CAG audit report, United India Assurance, internal claim ratio, net 108%. For every 100 rupees premium they collected, they paid out 108 rupees in healthcare claims. I have the entire report with me. I'll send it across. The same is the figure for every insurance company, ranging from 98% PSUs, 4 of them, 98%, 100, 200, 408 is that is the reason government is looking to privatize. So yes, sir. Go ahead. Sir, this is a rabbit hole, sir.
Just only one connecting with that. I thought, see, year before last COVID, Star Paid was in loss for 1,000 crores. How this 1,000 crores will be made up? It will become insolvent unless until there is sufficient reserve kept for over the years, small earnings, if it is added together. 1,000 crores net loss year before last because of this COVID. Every other hospital, when we see, their income has doubled, whereas the insurance company's income one particular year has gone drastically down. So, and the combined ratio of most of the public sector, combined ratio including management expense and all, is in the range of 120 plus.
Sir, I'd like to refine that question. Okay. So, whenever an insured, the patient has got a grievance, they can file a grievance with the insurance company, 1, 2, 3, and then ombudsman, and get it this thing. But if a hospital, if as a network provider, we had to file a grievance against the insurance company for any reduction or reduction of claims, where do we contact? Is the question.
It's very simple. Every major city has a provider office. I mean, in our case, as I mentioned, there are 9 offices, and they maintain the kind of relationship that is required. I'm completing the point.
How can you grievances against you?
I'm coming to that point. From a regional office, first of all, if you are not getting a solution, then it comes to the head office, which is at my level. I'm talking about my organization. I'm assuming that it might be same in other organizations also, maybe more sophisticated in insurance companies. Then if it does not get resolved at my level, then it goes to my CEO's level. And there are hospitals, big or small by the way, who reach out to my CEO and they get a resolution. In extreme cases, some of the hospitals have gone to IRDA. I know there are complaints which are there and we resolve. I have not seen cases where it has gone to situation where we are at blows.
I have to stop you here.
Please.
Unfortunately, you are paid. Okay? They will support you only. They will stand by their employees. But here we are providers. We don't have a third party or a mediation mechanism or arbitration forum to bring out our genuine grievances.
Yes.
Right? IRDA focus only on developing the insurance and working with the insurance companies or TPAs. They address patient-related grievances, but not the provider-related. See, any mechanism, we need to have grievance addressal forum for all the stakeholders. Here we are the service providers. Without these providers, you can't survive, right?
Sir,
so you
this,
need to have a genuine grievance addressal forum for providers.
So that the grievance redressal mechanism is open for providers as well. gro.starhealth.in and grievance.starhealth.in.
I have an answer to that.
No, please.
Sir, it comes to the star.
Then this regulator we can make.
Regulator doesn't take provider.
Clearly mentioned, they are not going to take any.
IRDA doesn't take provider complaints.
I have an answer to that.
Okay, I think the point.
I have an answer to that. There is something called CP grams. Anybody knows about it?
I know that.
You can write to CP grams against the insurance company, and I'm sure.
It will go to finance departments.
No. There is an insurance
Ministry of Finance.
Insurance part is also there. There are 12 departments.
Grievance redressal mechanism of Government of India.
Yeah, that's what it is. Then you have to specifically put it down
Yes,
to
insurance.
Ministry of Finance goes to insurance?
Yes, yes. There is an insurance column also in the CP grams.
Okay.
Parallelly, we have an alternate channel. That's actually the hospital relation management team. They visit frequently. Any issues relating to that will be addressed then and there. So that relationship between the provider and the insurance company is flowing smoothly because of that. Beyond that, all these, yeah, I understood. So, yeah. Which one, sir?
Sir, I have couple of questions regarding STAR.
Yeah, please.
So the first thing is that if we send for approval for a monofocal, say for 45,000 or 42,000, the initial approval will come to 9 to 10,000. And within hours, we have to finish all that process, finalize the bill, and even patient is on our head to go back home. Okay, and we don't know whether that 30,000 or 40,000 gap will be covered by Star Insurance, because we don't even know what is the policy limit of that person. Because your pre-auth doesn't include any of such things. Sometimes they say the policy terms are that the second eye will get half. So the first eye we have operated, we got 40,000, and the second time they say 20,000 limit is exhausted. First eye I did Avastin, I got 21,000. Second time they said operation charges, procedure charges are deducted, 5,000, limit exhausted, that's all. So the patient has already gone home, and we are nowhere. Yeah, we have put the injection. If we ask the patient to come back and pay us, we lose the patient, we lose our money, and further our client is also lost.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, a very interesting case happened with the, I have talked to your branch level managers also for this. One particular case, your advisor went to them and they enhanced that, because that probably that limit was 40,000 for the patient. We had asked for 43,000. So they sanctioned 40,000 with a 10% hospital discount, which comes to 35,700. Because and this is great about Star, because they will deduct 10% out of the amount asked for, not the amount given to us. You know, so if I ask for 60,000 and they give you 20,000, they will deduct 6,000 out of that. So this is the greatest of Star, which they do that.
Yeah.
So the next thing I got was 35,700, and then your advisor went to them, shouted at them, and they increased it to 40,000. Then I called that person. I said, there is an increase of 4,300. And I have an audio recording of that also, if you are interested.
Yeah.
So then I called that person. I said, are you going to deduct hospital discount again? He said, yes. I said, when you have given an enhancement of 4,300, why are you going to deduct that now? He said, the advisor doesn't want the hospital discount to be mentioned in the final authorization. I said, but I want that final discount should be mentioned in the authorization.
Yes.
So whom will you follow? And what is your company policy?
Yeah.
He says there is no company policy like that.
No, finished, no?
Yeah.
If you have finished, I will answer. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, because I don't want to interfere in that flow also. He was in a good mood. So, sir, please listen also. Please listen. Question only, or you want to listen to the answer also, no?
No, I'll listen to your answer and I'll...
No. So it is like this. Pre-authorization is an assurance given to the hospital that the policy terms are in order and this claim is going to be approved at this point of time. And in the pre-auth letter, we have to also read and understand the documents, because this is flowing through electronically, and everyone want the speed at the rate of, we want to have high kbps speed also. So fine. So therefore it is only an assurance. Subsequently, if you, while submitting the discharge summary, if you mention that this patient have diabetes mellitus, or this patient has some decline risk, something, in the discharge summary, if it is reflected, and if it is not disclosed in his proposal, we will withdraw the enhancement. This provision is there in the please let me complete, sir, then you can. Let me complete your all these points.
Sure, sir.
So therefore, this is point number 1. So enhancement happens if the discharge summary otherwise in order. Number 1. Number 2, along with that, it is part of number 1 only. See, the people sitting in the insurance desk should know, because that is what consciously we have presented the tables. Sum insured benefits varies from product to product, sum insured to sum insured, company to company. So therefore, because it is an open market, so therefore either you should have the knowledge of the various products he is handling the limits, or whether he has availed the previous cataract limit and balance is only available. These things should be known to the insurance desk person, number 1. Otherwise, we have also got a mechanism, a person designated for that with a landline, 2 people in each zone. The hospital can contact and check what is the availability. They will be available. They are the best people who can communicate and then have the tolerance are selected for that. That is also flowing very smoothly. Therefore, your first part, I think I have answered clearly. Any sub-questions?
Sir, I just want to know why can't it be written on the pre-auth that this is the eligibility for this particular patient, depending upon what kind of product he has bought and what is the limit which is prevailing.
That we can, sir.
Yeah, because
good
that's
suggestion.
what I want.
Sir, yeah, precisely. Good suggestion.
Yeah.
This and also I also take the other doctor there.
Yes.
He was telling about the speed of payment. This also we will look into, because currently Star Health is making payment within 7 days of receiving the document. You raised the point. So we will take up this, because you see, during COVID time, IRDA has given a direction to decide the cashless payment within 1 hour. It is not about making payment to the hospital. To make availability of beds for the rest of the people, let the insurance company decide.
Yeah, that's
And we have formed a team, and then I think by and large all the TPS insurance companies stood by that. We were able to discharge the people, decide very faster. So these things are happening. This is the speed by which, and further we are, the portal. The Vitraya portal. We are going for a portal which is very fastest, so that the process flow will happen very faster. Again, when we visited hospital, we wanted to make the patient should take lunch at home. The discharge should happen in the morning. Not only ophthalmic, all other cases also. But
so where will the doctor take lunch?
Sir, it is happening 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Bills are submitted at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We runs up to 10 for processing. Please understand.
Sir, I think you are talking about general hospital patients. We are talking about eye hospital patients.
I am talking about eye.
Daycare, the patient is not willing to wait till evening also. So my suggestion is, if yes. Final bill also you don't know.
Yeah, clear. See, even even process automation.
Sir, these are package charges.
Yeah.
These are package charges. Why should we ask for double?
Should be paid immediately.
Huh?
We are asking for package charges. You tell us this is the package which we are going to give you finally. That's it. There should be nothing like pre-auth and final auth.
It should be out. We should know once we have put in the lens, and then we use.
Should get the money.
In the pre-auth, you should tell us this is the maximum limit the patient is going to get.
Good suggestion. So that is
Because there is no emergency in cataract.
Yeah, true. Okay.
I think we are in Kochi, not in Delhi. I think I'm in Parliament right now.
Yeah.
So to my other MPs in the room, I would like to add something to this fellow MP.
Yeah.
So 3 things. Number 1, I can talk about MediAssist. We are very recent. I mean, in the coming days, we're going to launch a counseling tool. So when you are counseling a patient, and the patient says, I have got so and so insurance, we'll search into our system. I'll tell you how much is the expected approval of this patient without you sending a pre-auth to me. Will that...
So the patient will know? The patient will know how much he will get?
I am giving you a counseling tool.
Okay.
You will tell the patient
that this is what you will get.
That this is what you will get without filing a pre-authorization.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Number
fine.
1.
So these are our grievances which you are going to address.
Number 2, on the discharge thing, like I mentioned, I floated my number around. I am happy to repeat my number in case you want to benefit. Daycare for us is a special use case where I will give you a clarity on the out of pocket from the patient even before the patient admits.
That's fine.
I will give you a clarity on your approval before you even operate the patient.
Yes.
That is where the
That's what
instant
we want.
cashless discharge project has been launched to benefit our friends in this room. The third thing to your question, I will get more salary if I pay your money faster. That's the goal my boss has given to me.
Yeah.
I have interest in paying you faster because I will get paid more. Okay, so I can tell you that
your point number two, the discount
compensation.
No,
Paying
faster.
faster.
Faster means how fast?
1 second. The discount part is, as per regulator, it has to be displayed in the final bill.
Yes.
The deduction should be known to the customer.
Yes.
And it should be transparent. Therefore, it is not being led by the intermediary agents and all. The thumb rule by the regulator is.
Would you
it
like
is
to listen to the
reflected.
audio?
We are, yeah.
Sir, we'll send him later.
No.
Sir, I would.
Your representative,
Sir,
I won't try
case to
name
case,
him.
You escalate. We won't allow these people to
Sir,
intervene
please-
in this matter.
Sir, I would like to take up this thing.
Is there anybody from Niva Bupa here?
No.
Okay.
No. Sir, single sir.
Our request is that whatever the discount is there, instead of putting in the final listing, why it not be reflected in the pre-authorization itself? Yes. So that the patient also knows.
Yeah. No, discount. Sir, I think there's one confusion in the way you understand, sir. The discount is not to the patient, it's to the hospital and the provider. To be reduced from the summation. I'll explain to you, sir. Dr. Anil Shinde would like to present his presentation. It's an automation. So, start off.
It is because you see, during COVID time, IRDA has given a direction to decide the cashless payment within 1 hour. It is not about making payment to the hospital. To make availability of beds for the rest of the people, let the insurance company decide.
Yeah, that's
And we have formed a team, and then I think by and large all the TPS insurance companies stood by that. We were able to discharge the people, decide very faster. So these things are happening. This is the speed by which, and further we are the portal. The Vitraya portal. We are going for a portal which is very fastest, so that the process flow will happen very faster. Again, when we visited hospital, we wanted to make the patient should take lunch at home. The discharge should happen in the morning. Not only ophthalmic, all other cases also. But
So where will the doctor take lunch?
Sir, it is happening 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Bills are submitted at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We runs up to 10 for processing. Please understand.
Sir, I think you are talking about general hospital patients. We are talking about eye hospital patients.
I am talking about
So
eye and-
daycare, the patient is not willing to wait till evening also. So my suggestion is if yes. Final bill also you don't know.
Yeah, clear. See, even even process automation.
Sir, these are package charges.
Yeah.
These are package charges. Why should we ask for double?
Should be paid immediately.
Huh?
We are asking for package charges. You tell us this is the package which we are going to give you finally. That's it. There should be nothing like pre-auth and final auth.
It should be out. We should know once we have put in the lens and then we use.
Should get the money.
In the pre-auth, you should tell us this is the maximum limit the patient is going to get.
Good suggestion. So that is
Yeah.
Because there is no emergency in Canada.
yeah, true. Okay.
I think we are in Kochi, not in Delhi. I think I'm in Parliament right now.
Yeah.
So to my other MPs in the room, I would like to add something to this fellow MP.
Yeah.
So 3 things. Number 1, I can talk about MediAssist. We are very recent. I mean, in the coming days, we're going to launch a counseling tool. So when you are counseling a patient and the patient says, I have got so and so insurance, we'll search into a system. I'll tell you how much is the expected approval of this patient without you sending a pre-auth to me. Will that?
So the patient will know. The patient will know how much he will get.
I am giving you a counseling tool.
Okay.
You will tell the patient
that this is what you will get.
That this is what you will get without filing a pre-authorization.
Yeah, that's fine.
to me.
That's
Number
fine.
1.
So these are our grievances which
I'm
you are
coming
going to
to that.
address.
Number 2, on the discharge thing, like I mentioned, I floated my number around. I am happy to repeat my number in case you want to benefit. Daycare for us is a special use case where I will give you a clarity on the out of pocket from the patient even before the patient admits.
That's fine.
I will give you a clarity
Happy?
on your approval before you even operate the patient.
Yes.
That is where the
That's what
instant
we want.
cashless discharge project has been launched to benefit our friends in this room. The third thing to your question, I will get more salary if I pay your money faster. That's the goal my boss has given to me.
Yeah.
I have interest in paying you faster because I will get paid more. Okay, so I can tell you that
Your point number
my
2,
boss is
the
giving
discount.
me compensation.
No,
Pay
fast-
faster.
faster means how fast?
1 second. The discount part is, as per regulator, it has to be displayed in the final bill.
Yes.
The deduction should be known to the customer.
Yes.
And it should be transparent. Therefore,
Yes.
it is not being led by the intermediary agents and all. The thumb rule
So
by the regulator is.
Would you
it
like
is
to listen to
reflected.
the audio?
We are, yeah.
Sir, we'll send him later.
No.
Sir, I would.
Your representative,
Sir,
I won't try
case to
name
case,
him.
You escalate. We won't allow these people to intervene in this
Sir,
matter. right?
sir, I would like to take up this thing.
Is there
Dr.
anybody
Shinde-
from Niva Bupa here?
No.
Okay.
No. Sir, single sir, please.
Our request is that whatever the discount is there, instead of putting in the final listing, why it not be reflected in the pre-authorization itself? Yes. So the duration also knows.
Yeah. No, discount. Sir, I think there's one confusion in the way you understand, sir. The discount is not to the patient, it's to the hospital and the provider. To be reduced from the summation. I'll explain to you, sir. Dr. Anil Shinde would like to present his presentation. It's an automation so start off.
To resolve your insurance questions, but I can help you to solve your internal problems, and I can help you to solve what your prop team is facing right now. As someone told that insurer want document to be submitted in 2 days or 7 days, and sometimes you may get the queries that I didn't receive the document, and you people may not be knowing whether your team has really submitted the document or not. So today I'm here to discuss how simple tools can be utilized to bring more efficiency in your team. And I'm not here to talk about artificial intelligence or machine learning. I'm going to tell you how you can use your internal tools or simple Google tools to automate your all insurance process. You should remember, sometimes the best solution is the simplest one. As many of you know, your team is using already variety of tools like Gmail, spreadsheet, Google Form, and these all form, including your Excel sheet, these form the real backbone of your team's productivity. And today I'm going to show you how you can use these tools to automate your insurance process. So whenever your team submits a document, so you can ask him to just acknowledge whenever he submits the document, just upload the acknowledgement copy in a simple Google sheet. Once the person enters the details, your details will be recorded in your Google sheet. So once the person upload the acknowledgement copy of a submitted document, the details will be get recorded. Here you will be able to know when your person has submitted, because timestamp will collect the exact time when the person has uploaded the copy, and your acknowledgement copy is get recorded, saved in your Google Drive. So let me show you the interesting part. So whenever you get a call or mail from the insurance company that I didn't receive the document from you, so you can just simply check the number, claim number, you can add your claim number, and your claim document along with acknowledgement will be reflected here. And you just have to send the mail. And the same thing, if you want to send a hard copy, just download it.
Internet is not very good.
Just So you can simply download and it will come. I think there is some problem.
This particular area of the hall is very poor on internet. Connectivity is quite poor.
So you can easily download that copy, and even from the same sheet, you can send a mail and or even WhatsApp. The only point is you need to have all the contact details of your insurance department. The team will get the sheet will auto retrace all the email IDs, whatever you have recorded, Excel sheet, and it will send not just a mail, even a WhatsApp message to the SPOC of respective insurance company or TPA. So this is one thing where it will solve your problem of document submission. So it will make your team accountable to submit the claim on time. And when you get the mail from the insurer saying that we didn't receive, you have the proof that when you have submitted with the acknowledgement copy. And in fact, in the same mail, you can send the hard soft copy of the same document, because obviously it's not the problem from insurer side also. Sometimes there is a chances that you may have uploaded or sent 2-3 documents together. So there is a chances that 2 claims are getting tagged or processed single time. So there is not a problem from insurance side, but when you have the soft copy with you, you can easily send through the same mail, you can same sheet, you can send the acknowledgement copy to insurance companies. Let me show you the second thing, what you can do it. So this is a sheet of your outstanding, where you have all the settled, non-settled cases, and all the claims get recorded only in single sheet. And now the challenge for your team is to segregate the outstanding claim for each and every insurance company and send it to them. So what he will do? He will first filter out the claims, then filter out the insurance company, then he filter out the status, whether it is processed, non-processed. What you can do, because we have almost more than 20 plus insurance provider plus TPAs with each hospital dealing with. And sending a mail to each and every insurance companies is not that easy. So what you can do, so these all tools are interconnected, this Google Sheet, Google Form, and Gmail. So I'm running one formula.
Anil.
Okay, so I have run only one script, and what has happened? Sheet is like this, but you have sent mail to all the insurance company with the attachment, PDF attachment of their only outstanding claims, not settled. So the sheet will filter out only the outstanding claims, and it will send a mail to them with the details. So now your team can save the time in sending a mail. So he just had to waste only 5 minutes to send a mail to, not even 5 minutes, in fact 2 minutes, to send a mail, filter out the claims, and mail it to all at once. So like this, there are so many other processes which you can do using the combination of these tools, Gmail or Google Form, and other forms like, not forms, other application like link to window. So it will help your team to getting distracted, because almost as per toolbox, there are 3 hours per day your team is wasting due to just distraction. and that you can avoid by linking his phone or hospital operation phone with the link to Windows. So this tool will help him from distraction and doing all this activity, whether it is a mail, Gmail or anything, WhatsApp, from his simple tool. So I would like to show so many other tools, but because of time constraint, I would like to stop here. Yeah, thank you.
So, so basically, in the last 1.5 years that I've been active in this insurance group, what I have seen many other times is I find a lot of bills, a lot of documents which are handwritten, handmade, totally out of format, without the mandatory details to a large extent. So it's high time that we standardize these stuff. Like we can use an EMR or something. What I think a lot of people would have seen my documents all through the WhatsApp groups and everywhere. So I use an EMR where it is very easy to use the admission, discharges, tracking the claims and everything. So although as of now, none of the EMRs available in the market today has got direct integration with the insurance data. But yes, to a large extent, the EMRs that we use now is able to do a decent good job in tracking everything. Additional features like these will help you on connecting with the insurance thing. Okay. Now, Anuj sir is already here. Okay. So I think as of now, everybody was more interested in the Q&A. So I think we can continue with the Q&A now.
These days are becoming very fast for us. We are doctors, not a clinical people. So can you put it on the YouTube your lecture?
Sir, what we'll do is we'll plan a webinar with him. We'll plan a detailed webinar with him. He's very resourceful in terms of working your things better. Yes, sir. No, sir. So let me, can I have your name, sir? Saurabh, sir. When did you start your hospital, sir?
I'm joining my father's practice, but we are digitalizing ourselves. And these are the things which we are facing, that we don't have manpower who can even understand how the insurance things work. We don't understand what is how to increase the limit. We don't understand.
Sir, I'm sitting on this podium talking and preaching about insurance and empanelments to everybody, and my post-PG experience is 4 years. And I'm running this hospital for 4 years. That's it. So it's not rocket science. It might sound like one because we are not used to it.
That's what I've requested, that is there any YouTube thing or something where we can see the video and understand it? Because what we have seen here is big figures talking about things which are relevant to our very high standards, but for a very... So there are at least 200...
We'll do. Point taken, we'll do. So my question is, anything specific to our special guests who have come here, spending their time from Star, ICICI, and Sheila ma'am, I think is Mediacine. So he had a separate commitment, so...
Dr. Hari?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Raju here. This is for basically we are healthcare providers and their insurance people, and both of us are going to coexist here. Our request for the insurance company, this is my wish list. I request a premium-based fixing of procedure charges. Whatever premium you take, based on that you fix your charges. Suppose somebody is paying you 5,000 rupees, you say per cataract I'll pay you only 5,000 rupees. You fix it like that so that it's uniform across the insurance companies. That is easy. That means you also know what is your policy outgo, and so that you can look into your expenses part of it. Second is that put in place pre-auth in these pre-authorization softwares, wherein whether they have disclosed the pre-existing diseases or not. That should be seen by the healthcare providers. If they are not put in their pre-existing diseases, and we sent a bill for a diabetic retinopathy vitreous hemorrhage, and initially the problem with the insurance is the person who gives the pre-authorization is different and the person who gives the final approval is different. And at the time of pre-authorization, they should not give a approval if the patient has a pre-existing disease and the disease is because of the whatever the procedure we are doing is for that disease. So you put in place a system wherein the pre-existing diseases are auto-populated on the system so that we can always tell beforehand, you are not disclose this disease to your company, so you will not get the insurance. So that it saves both time for both the service providers as well as the insurance people. This is what, but they should do it, that they should do it. And allow the patient to make a choice regarding the treatment that he wants on his body. I think the insurance company should not have a choice. You should just make the payment according to the premiums you receive. That's because I want a premium IOL, I'll pay the money extra and get it done. But putting a cap on that is not required. That's what I feel. And this is the wish list from the ophthalmologist.
Ajahn sir, sir, ICICI, we have not got an opinion from
in terms of, I don't know, in terms of capping, I think the last point was of capping of ailments. I think it all depends on the premium which we get, and the lesser premium you pay, the more caps you have. Correct? And if your premium is a bit higher, that means there will be no caps. Accordingly, your claims will also be paid. Right? Now, another thing what you have been talking about, pre-existing illnesses. When I take a insurance premium from a client, when he buys a policy, if he tells me that he has hypertension, diabetes, I'll inform that, and accordingly is what I take him into my system, right? I cannot force him to tell, isn't it? Correct? And I cannot tell you what I don't know.
No, we are telling only to tell what you know.
That is what?
That should be there. These are the diseases, pre-existing diseases mentioned. But if it is not mentioned, then the healthcare provider, if it is because of some other disease, then we will tell them that this you are not mentioned.
See, for example, let's say I am hypertensive and I am diabetic. Why should I tell this to an insurance company, and that insurance company, why should he tell to my hospital? Why should I give anyone that kind of information?
Sir, I will exemplify this, sir.
So
you are a patient. You are a patient.
I talk from my as a patient point of view only.
You are a patient, and you have that information in the insurance
Correct.
that you are diabetic or hypertensive. Now you as a patient go to Dr. Hari for a treatment.
Correct.
He finds that there is some diabetic related problem in your eyes,
yes,
and you need a surgical intervention.
Correct.
And you have a policy of a XYZ company.
Correct.
Now he sends a pre-authorization to that XYZ company that such and such patient has come for treatment of diabetic related disease, and this is our expected cost for the treatment.
You are given, yes.
Now you send us pre-auth.
Correct.
Why don't you check that this disease is already, which is asking for pre-auth, is a diabetic related disease which the patient has not disclosed to us as an insurance company. So while giving the reply to that pre-auth, you tell us that this patient has such and such pre-existing diseases, and this, the column is written nil.
No, I don't want any hospital to know. Why should I give an information about
Sir,
the client?
sir, I'll tell you the reason. Sir, okay, let me filter it out. So the question is that the PD related denials, pre-existing related denials, whichever is happening, should be done at the initial approval stage and not at the final approval stage. That is the only catch.
I think it is wrongly. This subject was opened when he raised a question. It is wrongly misconceived by the audience. I'll little more clarity. In the sense, non-pre-existing diseases to the insurance company, insurance companies will not give approval. What I was talking, while giving the initial authorization, till then, neither in the proposal or policy document or in the previous claims, it has not come to the knowledge of the insurance company. But whilst even after submission of pre-auth from the hospital, while submitting the final discharge summary, something is coming out, which is totally new, so far not disclosed. But he is harboring this problem for 5-6 years. And it is being reflected in the discharge summary. It is an authentic document. Therefore, we are compelled to withdraw the pre-authorization given earlier. This is the scenario. It is not that something known to the insurance company, then that pre-existing, non-pre-existing disease, why we should, if it is known to us, we will not approve the claim at all. We will not give authorization.
If you first came to know about this disease, only during pre-authorization, then will you not give the pre-authorization?
No, sir, no. Pre-authorization stage itself, if you are giving the duration, there is a duration column that is very pertinent in the pre-auth form. Duration you says 3 years and policy has only 1 year, first year. Naturally, this is pre-existing, no? So what our request is very simple, it has to evolve, it is changing. The customer disclosure is always better than non-disclosure because if he is telling us, we will endorse initially itself. After 4 years, the benefits will accrue to him. But after 3 years running the policy, he is disclosing to the doctor, we are coming across, then we will endorse. He has to run another 4 years, wait for this pre-existing disease to get the coverage. Sir, so is it better to disclose in the beginning? It is always better.
Sir, your point is that when you are filling an initial pre-authorization form, mention the pre-existing diseases correctly so that even if that claim gets denied in the initial approval stage, the patient will get the PED coverage starting from that date.
Correct.
That waiting period will reduce. But the problem that will face is, doctor साहब आपको तो मैंने बोला था नहीं मत करो. That is the problem. The patient will, sir, the point is, the patient hides a lot of factors from us because the patient is aware of this fact. Sir, this is going to be a continuous problem. But what I would like to request to the doctors, that kindly fill the pre-existing disease
and be
in the form,
transparent
and also to the insurer that kindly try to do the denial at the initial approval itself rather than waiting for the final.
We can, as an insurance company, what we can request you is, if you could add a single line that this policy holder has this pre-existing diseases as per our records, and if he has not disclosed anything, write nil in front of it. So now we know this patient has not disclosed his any pre-existing diseases with you.
No, that is not allowed, sir. Not allowed.
Sir, single sir.
Confidentiality of this thing. But then again it is clearly defined, sir. It is not pre-existing again. Before legal forum, if you want to prove, there should be a document to prove that he has taken treatment, either a prescription, an investigation report, or some treatment record to show that, not by merely saying 3 years before I had something. If you want to defend as a pre-existing disease, you should produce a treating doctor prescription, either a medication taken date before that, or an investigation report indicating some previous ailment.
So even for a normal pre-auth, sometimes we get a query, get a doctor certificate whether the patient is having any pre-existing systemic diseases or something. Or not.
Sir,
so there you are basically asking us to give a certificate that this person is not having any diseases, whereas we have already written it in the pre-auth that he has not disclosed it to us. In fact, may I just request you, it is at your advisor's level that you should encourage them. I would not say advise them, encourage them to take whatever pre-existing diseases the patients have, to include them in their policy. Because most of the times what we come across is that the patient at the time of giving policy, because he is going to get his commission out of whatever number of policies he is doing. So at that time he doesn't mention the pre-existing diseases. And when he is to get, the person is going to come for a treatment or a claim, he tells the patient to tell, say that doctor sahab ko kehna, he will not write.
Sir,
and then the burden comes onto our shoulders, because then the patient blames it onto us that doctor sahab, you should have done that. If you did, had you done that, I would have got the claim. I've been paying the insurance for last 10 years. Why you have mentioned this? I carry a OPD records for last 19 years. And I get patients who do not get their previous records. And when I search, I find out. When I attach those and then tell them that this proliferative diabetic retinopathy does not occur before 10 or 15 years of diabetes, how can I write 6 months? Then he says, my insurance agent says, nahi, 6 months se zyada nahi likhna because policy ko to 1 saal hua.
Sir.
So your advisors should also get kind of a education that it is always better to inform their customer. Yeah. To inform their customer, or
Sir,
if it can be
thoda sa-
incorporated at
if
the.
you can rush through, then next session people are waiting. So
Sir, there is one
Yes,
very
sir, take a
common
note of-
problems
Yeah.
that a patient has a very premium most policy of any insurance company. He has a higher cataract sublimit also, but the ANH packages, package rates with the hospital is less, and he wants to opt for a premium surgery. Now, how should we tackle this kind of patient? Suppose my package is 35,000 and he is choosing a treatment of 50,000. Suppose 50,000. I will only get 35,000. He says I have premium most policy. My sublimit is 50. Implant me a 50. I want it cashless. How should a hospital go about this?
उसको डीलक्स रूम बिठा दो या कुछ और करा दो, 2-3 डॉक्टर से और मिलवा लो, लेकिन सी एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स ऑल।
सर हमारा तो पैकेज रेट है ना सर।
नहीं वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, पैकेज तो आप नहीं होगे,
पैकेज हम लोग ये नहीं कर सकते। वी कैन नॉट डू दैट। दिस इज वेरी जेन्युइन एंड वेरी कॉमनली इनकाउंटेड प्रॉब्लम कि सर मेरे पास टॉप मोस्ट पॉलिसी है, मेरी सब लिमिट बहुत बड़ी है।
Sir, the solution is the package will arrive through cashless. Balance he can come for reimbursement, and if it is justifiable with your note,
okay,
that why you have done this, why you have opted, we will reimburse.
सर ऊपर से आपका प्रॉब्लम खत्म नहीं होने वाला। अभी तो 1 करोड़ का पॉलिसी गया है, 2 करोड़ हो गया है।
So most
पहले तो
of them are
4-5 लाख का
not
था
willing to
पॉलिसी।
pay even additional amount. Most of them are not willing to pay even
So
the
we
additional
will still
amount.
stay with our 30,000 only, whatever example
Yeah.
you quoted.
Yeah, Dr. Hari and
Sir, see, I understand, sir. This time, we have been given a much lesser time and much smaller space. And I seriously would ask all the members who are attended, so that push it so that we can make it better and let AIOS as an association work for protecting the practice rather than anything else. See, the Association of Barber Shops prescribe the rate of haircutting. They don't teach how to cut hair. That's my take. Personal take, no other thing.
Absolutely.
But so we would like to close the thing because the pretty ladies are already here. And sir, okay, what I can do is, sir, if you permit, we'll take the discussion outside food court number 3. On? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.